It is road to the knockout day today, the first promo of FC25 today. And obviously, if you guys have been keeping up to date with the leaks, we had the full team leaked already. There is some controversy around the upgrade path that we'll talk about. We also made a shit ton of coins today. If you guys did go pretty deep into investing in cards last night when Rivals Rewards came out, which will open in today's video, by the way, 95% of the market went up today, back to kind of what it was before the crash, which was perfect, exactly what we called. And I probably made a couple 100K today, so that's really nice to see. I sold my Dokus. I bought a bunch of Dokus. That was kind of my main card I invested in for about 17,000, sold them at 24,000 or 25,000. Hope you guys made some coins on that. And also there was some controversy around the content today. There wasn't any, right? And it's very early on for there to be like no content. People were saying, oh my God, what already? They already don't give a shit. It was just marquee matchups today. That was it. It's like, okay, let's slow it down a bit. The full game just came out today, literally today. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. And I also want to talk about how 5-back appears to be, at least right now, pro players are concerned that it is going to be the meta this year. If you guys don't know, competitive players last year had the 5-back banned from competition because it was so good. So 3 at the back and 5 at the back were banned last year. This year they are not banned. EA were trying to balance it. Obviously it's not banned in regular online play. They wouldn't do that, but I went up against it today. It was just very hard to break down. So I'm just gonna, pray, and I think you should too, that that's not the norm this year, because I do worry that if that's the norm, we could be in big trouble. There's big defensive AI this year. Yes, the midfield gap is a bit wider between the DMs or the midfield and the defense, so that kind of helps, but the auto defense is still there. With 5-back, you add one more center back in who has crazy defending, crazy catch-up speed, right? That could lead to a problem. We're still very early on, okay? We don't know for sure if that'll be the case, but pros are concerned that it will be, so hopefully not. But okay, on to, well, content today was just marquee matchups. People didn't like that. There was a tweet, actually. I was like, 6 p.m. content, marquee matchup, skull emojis, right? And the top reply actually did kind of say, what do you want? It's early in the game. But a lot of the replies down here were saying, like, I can't believe there's dry content less than a weekend, which... all right. I mean, listen, I'm not going to complain about there being no content this early on. I personally don't think we need crazy content already. I really don't think so. Some people play the game in the menus though, and I do kind of think that is a unique feature of FIFA where you can play the games in the menus and in the gameplay. People usually hate on one or the other, but it's like, I like that this is a game where you can kind of do both, which is really cool. But the menu people complaining about there only being marquee matchups today, I'm sorry, but I personally do not give a fuck. Maybe you guys do, and let me know if you do in the comments and why you do, because I'm always curious to hear why. But okay, there was also this loading screen that came out today where we just saw Jude Bellingham's card. That was all we saw. It's kind of the only really reason I wanted to show you this, was just the fact that we saw his card. We'll show you all of the RTTK leaks here in just a second, but we saw Jude Bellingham's card. This also caused some drama because win 3 league matches is 1 overall upgrade, right? Score 1+ goals in 4 different matches is the other overall upgrade, and a roll ++. And top 2 in the league out of 36 teams, by the way. So 2 out of 36 could finish in the top of the league. Now, it's not actually that odds, because Real Madrid have a higher odds of finishing there than, I don't know, the Slovenian league team or whoever the hell's in it, right? Like, obviously the odds aren't literally 2 out of 36, but the upgrade pads are actually kind of hard to get. They're also smaller, and they're a ways from now. The earliest is like, I think the early November is the earliest one, a +1 overall. So maybe that lines up, and I feel like last year we kind of had a similar problem where the upgrades were actually kind of a little bit too late, and maybe that'll happen again this year, which I kind of worry about. So the promo might not actually even be that good, which obviously it's not even out yet, so I won't jump to conclusions or anything. But this is the full road to knockout team leaks. This was leaked like a week ago. I would assume now we'll get team 2 leaks pretty early. It seems like we're getting them earlier this year. Jota is an SBC. These are not as confirmed stats. They are just a prediction there. I believe it's Jota as an SBC, and then I think it is Andre, who's not on here, I don't think, but Benjamin Andre for Lille. Lille, is that what it was? I think he's the SBC. He's not on this list, but other than that, I think that's all the players really. St. Max is in there, Diani's in there, which is cool. But this will be out later today. And also, because Rivals Rewards was last night, right? The 15 Rivals wins per week were getting on people's nerves, and I'm not gonna lie, it is a lot of fucking Rivals games to get 15 wins. 15 wins a week. I would honestly be stunned if that's not dropped down a bit even by the end of this season. I think they'll keep it for this season, and then for next season they might make it like maybe 10 wins or something like that, maybe. I just don't get how they thought 15 wins were then equal to this level of like the Rivals Rewards boost, because 15 wins is such, I mean, it's 30 games at least, right? You would assume, unless you're a really, really good player who's not in the division they should be, right? Because say hypothetically you do end up in the division you should be eventually, you hypothetically should win half your games, which means 30 games at minimum if there were no draws involved. And yeah, you get a point for a draw this year, but 1 point out of 45 draws, guys, will get you the rivals rewards for the week. So I don't know, 15 wins is crazy. And what do you think about that? Also, there was a mystery nation objective today. If you guys did not see, it is England, Spain, and Belgium. You got to win a game using one player from 3 of these nations. So 1 English player, 1 Spanish player, 1 Belgian player in your lineup, and you will receive the reward, which is I think 5,000 coins and a premium gold players pack. So pretty nice there. And also, not sure if you guys have seen this yet either. I didn't really until I think yesterday that managers now have stats in terms of like recorded stats. You see how many matches they played for your club, how many wins, losses, and draws they have, and clean sheets too. Of course, the problem is though that it's actually bugged right now. As you can see, this guy's 18 matches, 10 wins, 1 loss, no draws. So like it's not counting correctly, but there are now manager stats, which they added clean sheets to managers before we get goals and assists off center backs, which, okay, I mean, gotta save that for FC26, I guess. But if you want to see the amount of wins your manager has, you now can see that, which is kind of interesting. Also, we still have these card designs leaked, these UCL icon and heroes. We're supposed to get them in this promo. Now, we have no word yet on any leaks for them, which usually we would have by now, so I'm kind of surprised by that. Maybe we won't even end up getting them. Maybe these will come in a month or 2 months time, but you would expect to see leaks of these if we were going to actually see them today. Maybe they're just gonna be SBCs. That could be a thing too, and they won't end up being in the team necessarily. I'm not sure, but just strange we haven't seen anything about them yet. And there was this post, which was the most popular on the EA Sports FC subreddit today. This year marks the 10th anniversary. Well, it's actually, I think, the 9th anniversary, but anyway, the 9th anniversary of FUT Draft, and no changes to rewards have been made throughout the decade. Yes, guys, that is correct. We are approaching on a decade of FUT Draft. No reward changes. Think about how much better packs have gotten since FIFA 16, which, by the way, this draft screen, which is in 120p, I think, holy shit, is still in the same color scheme as FIFA 16, which is also hilarious. But just think for a second how much better packs have gotten since FIFA 16. Every pack in the game has gotten better. You know what hasn't, though? They have not updated them in the one game mode where EA cannot guarantee what packs you get. They can't guarantee you that. I mean, they kind of can because it's like the rewards are only what they set, but they can't guarantee you exactly what reward set you're going to get, right? So they don't want to change it. And here we are today, a decade, yes, a decade on a yearly released video game later with the same exact rewards and the same game mode with no changes. Except for positions now can like work the same, which is like the bare minimum. But yeah, let me rant about that quickly, because draft could be just so good. It could be even better than it is. And actually right now the market is kind of dropping a bit again, actually. I just saw Van Dijk and Foden back down a little bit, actually. I saw, where is it? Yeah, Griezmann's 104, he's 110 earlier. Holland is 271. He's kind of different because the player of the month is out, so kind of ignore that one, actually. But Isak's 27,000. We're already seeing it kind of go back down a little bit. The buying was crazy today after Rivals Rewards. This is going to be the easiest trend to pick up on ever, okay? Just like FIFA 19, Rivals Rewards comes out, you buy immediately because people get a ton of cards and packs. You can literally wait 2 hours, and honestly, they'll be up thousands and thousands of coins from when you bought them for. I should have gone all in today. If I did, I would have probably made probably a third of my coins, another few 100,000 coins, but I didn't. It's just so easy, guys. It's so easy. And also, fodder is down right now in pretty much every single rating, which is really nice to see because this is probably the really nice buy time here after Rivals Rewards, pre the content tomorrow, which could have some good SPCs in it. Now, we talked yesterday about an Mbappe player of the month potentially coming, right? Or a Yamal player of the month, which would, you know, be very popular as well. But Mbappe would kind of be extreme. Yamal would be more like few 100,000 coins, or whatever his price may be, right? That would be more along the lines of like 87s would be a really good buy. But Mbappe's would be like the high-rated stuff will end up being the best buys if it was coming that early. I don't expect it to actually come that early, but also Rafinha won the player of the month for August. Now, the Premier League got a player of the month card for August. We've heard no word on Rafinha actually getting one or not. We've not heard a dang thing, so I'm gonna assume that he wouldn't get one. If we do end up seeing Rafinha somehow over the next like maybe week, then it's gonna be a long ways until we actually see Mbappe or Yamal. I wouldn't expect that, though. I think that that ship has probably already sailed on the Rafinha Player of the Month, unless it comes out like today, potentially. But yeah, I think fodder right now, almost any rating, even up to 90, like a 90 Harry Kane. Maybe not, man, that's at the back. Maybe 89s or lower. 89s or lower, I would say, like probably all good buys. Might be a little bit longer of a hold than like your normal fodder hold would have been last year, because like we're still really early on in the year, but it's pretty tough to not like these cards at these prices right now. But okay, let's read my cunning and handsome comment section. Christilk said, I can't with this game, man. All my players feel like they're stuck in a glue trap. None of them can control a pass. None of them can make a good pass. The input delay is insane for me. I don't know whether it's the game, me, or my internet at this point. It's probably 90% of it the game. Any tips you could give me would be much appreciated. Well, if you're struggling right now with this game, honestly, the most I could say to you is play what you see more than you've ever played in any FIFA of all time. I'm talking like, treat this game like it's PES, okay? You ever played PES before? If you played PES and FIFA both, you know what I'm talking about. If you've never played PES before, then think of it like it's just a super duper slowed down version of FIFA with pretty much zero dribbling, okay? You can't really dribble in this game. You have to pass the ball before the press comes, otherwise you are fucked. Play what you see and pass the ball more than you ever have in any FIFA ever. I mean, like, change your play style to do that, because if you don't do that, you are in big trouble. This year is like the biggest passing game I've ever seen in any FIFA. And then haha says you need to try the 4-4-1-1 with your cam with Shadow Striker ++. Am I reading this comment to basically only shout out my second channel? Maybe. But we'll try all different types of tactics and stuff on there. JGM says by FC25 standards, Varane has to be an icon. But generally, I think there's far too many icons in eafc that should not be icons. Should be something else. Icons should be reserved for the top tier greatest of all time, and packing any should be a huge win. I do agree with that. The problem is they won't ever do that, because if they make an icon pack like Gamble SBC, they have to have L's in there. Otherwise, they're not going to give it to us. So we're always going to have L's, quote unquote, in terms of icons that are a little bit lower rated than maybe the most, than like the best of all time, the Pelés, Cruyffs, R9s, whatever. I think, yeah, in a perfect world, we have more of a distinction between the icons and the heroes, because like two groups of them is just, it's very hard to lump all players of all time into two groups. But obviously, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if a player is an icon or a hero, you know, except Yaya Toure, because him being a hero, I think that's where I draw the line. And I think that him not being an icon would make me possibly storm the EA headquarters. Now, that will get me banned one day. I gotta stop saying that, but it's a joke, EA. I'm totally fucking with you. If you're watching this video somehow, please forgive me. And the arguments against Varane being an icon were mainly like the eye test, which that's probably the best argument that people have, honestly, is like accomplishments aside, because he obviously has those. The eye test said to me he's not an icon, which like that, at that point, that makes sense. And that kind of can be up to anybody's opinion there. So that makes more sense to me. And also another, question to the comments section. Did Varane pass the eye test to you? To me, he did for all those years. I would say he probably isn't as high as Pepe or Ramos is on like the all-time center back scale, right? But I do think that he's a very, very great all-time center back. So did Varane pass the eye test to you? Did he do that? Okay, open my Rivals rewards earlier today, actually. So now we're going to go to my past dumbass and go and talk to him. Okay, our first Rivals rewards are here. Let's actually turn this light on. And now we have a 1 of 4 84+ player pick to start things off with. Let's see what we can get in it. His voice cracked. Okay, Vitinha. He's going for like what? A little bit, right? Is it tradable? It's tradable. Okay. He's going. Okay, 4K. I thought he was like for some reason like 25K. He's not. What do we start with here? 82 plus team of the week, mega pack, 75-15. Let's start with a mega pack actually, I think, and see if we can get anything in this. And we get no walkout. Okay. Andy Robertson. That's what, 5K, something like that. All right, it's actually the 82 plus team of the week player pick here. Or player pack, sorry. And see if we can get anything in this. This is no walkouts. That's an 82, I believe. Yeah, it's Muslera. Okay, that's ass. Oh, it is 84. Wait. 84s then are not walkouts? I guess our informed walkouts this year like 86s again. Okay, 75-15, 75-25. Let's do the 75-25 now. And we are going to get a walkout. Okay. It's England. Premier League. Is that Declan Rice? Yep, Declan. Okay. So untradeable Declan Rice plus an inform. Okay, Varane's in there. Rip Varane. And that's about it. All right. 75-15 tradable. Let's rip it open. Can we get a walkout in this one? We can. Okay. Goalkeeper. Italy. Is that Donnarumma? 89. Nice. We'll take that for sure. The 89. Yeah, 89. Okay. That's not a double walkout either, though, is the problem, I don't think. Pickford, Joao Felix, who's going for like, what, 3-4K? Yep, exactly. Okay, I mean, that's not bad. But I will say 15 wins for this. 15 wins for this is absolutely insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. 15 wins is crazy. Yeah, if you guys got anything good, leave a comment down below. I love you all. See you soon. Bye.